You know that feeling, it's like a couple of weeks into the holidays, the novelty of being off school has totally worn off. Maybe you've already been on holiday so you haven't got that to look forward to, or your holiday's not till right at the end. Maybe your friends are all away and you've just totally hit that, I'm bored of looking at my phone. Summer holiday slump. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Vicky from Performing Arts Academy Wales. Today we're going to talk about beating the summer holiday slump. My tip number one, make your bed. Just makes you feel so much better. Like, your parents always nag you about it, it's such a pain, but honestly it does just make you feel so much better and you feel like you've actually achieved something. Make your bed and you know you've got that lovely clean bed to get into at the end of the day. Just makes your whole room look neater, make your bed. The other thing I would say that would be great to do, especially if you're bored, is go above and beyond. Help out your parents, even if they haven't asked for it. You might have a list of chores that your parents have for you to do, but what if you did more than that? So say you had to do the washing up. What if you did all the washing up and then put it all away and then wipe down all the surfaces? That's great, and everybody wants to be helpful. Also, if there's a little time, maybe later in the week, when you want to lift or a bit of extra money to go to the cinema or just permission to hang out with your friends, it might work in your favour if you've gone above and beyond for your parents. And I'm not saying you have to do it to get something back, because at the end of the day, it's just nice to be nice and it's nice to help them out, but it may play to your advantage slightly. Very sorry for any parents that are now having to say yes to their kids when they don't want to. My tip number two is to read. And the great thing with the summer holidays is you can literally read what you want to read, not what school or someone else is telling you to read. Don't read something because you feel you should read it. Sometimes in the school holidays, I used to try and read my English literature texts to get ahead for the year. Sometimes that worked, sometimes it didn't. I mean, the summer holidays is the time you want to read what you want to read, and you can just get complete pleasure out of it. Like, I used to love reading the Harry Potter books in the summer holidays. Sorry, I'm a bit of a geek, but when I was growing up, it was as the books were being released. So each summer there was a new book being released, so I would reread all the Harry Potter again, ready for the new book, and then read the new book, and I really enjoyed that. And like, it was the first time in my life where I got a real pleasure out of reading, because I was reading something I wanted to read, not something that school was telling me to read. Also with that, if you start reading something and you don't enjoy it, put it down. Put it down, find yourself another book. If you're not enjoying it and it's not for you, don't read it. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to. It's not a school book. So you don't have to read it if you don't want to read it. And that's when you can fall in love with reading again. Okay, tip number three is to just get moving. When you're in that slump and you're bored and you're just lying on your bed or lying on the sofa and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. Count down from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Get up off the sofa, get off, get moving. When I was younger, we used to ride our bikes for hours on end. There were lakes, like, it's like a 5-minute drive from my house, and we used to cycle to it like pretty much every day. We must have been so fit at the time, because we would just cycle there pretty much every day and we had the best time. I'm quite lucky because I'm a twin, so I've got a built-in playmate, but we used to cycle there and we used to have a great time. I'm quite lucky that we didn't grow up in the era of mobile phones, so we weren't sitting on our digital device for ages. But if you're in that slump where you're feeling, you have to just put your phone away, put your iPad away, put your computer away, get off the digital, because it just is going to drag you further down and make you feel so much worse. Put it down, get out of the house. And what I'll say following on from that is put some music on and just improvise. Just improvise. No one's judging you. Even, I know some people like to film their improvisation, but I'm like, don't film it. Don't film it, because then you're going to be performing for social media, and that's not what you want to do. That's not what improvisation is about. You need to discover your body and how it moves and different ways of moving, and just literally do it for yourself. If you're filming it, you're not doing it for yourself. Get some music on, just get moving. And then if you come up with something cool, you might then film your improvisation because you want to remember what you did. But initially, you need to do it for yourself. You need to be in tune with your body. That's gonna make you a better developed dancer. Really sorry if I'm like scratching myself at all, because I've got a bit of heat rash from my holiday and it's really itchy, and I'm trying not to itch it, but I can't help it. Right, tip number 4 is to practice. You can tell this has come from a dance teacher. So maybe when you go back in September, you've got a show coming up, or you know you've got a dance exam coming up, or some competition work that maybe your teacher started. You want to practice that. I can tell you from a teacher's point of view that if you come back in September and you've completely forgotten everything you did the term before, they're not going to be best pleased. And actually, sometimes we anticipate that you will have forgotten some stuff. So if you come back and you remember it, oh, that is so impressive. I would be so impressed with all the stuff that we did before we broke up, the stuff that I know we need to revisit because we've got exams and things. If everybody remembered everything, I will be so pleased. I would be so pleased if everyone can remember everything. So please practice. Also, you're not getting your normal classes, so you don't want to be losing fitness over the summer. So practice. Okay, tip number 5, I would say now is the time to write down your dance goals. I actually did a video before on how to write your dance goals, and I'll link it in the description down below. But now is a great time to write your dance goals. It's the end of the academic year. We're about to start a new one. Write down what you've achieved this last year and what you want to achieve in the new year. And is there anything that you can maybe start working towards now? There's nothing to stop you practicing, stretching, working hard over the summer, especially if you're bored. What is stopping you? There is nothing stopping you from working hard over the summer. So now is a great time to write down your dance goals. Following on from that, my tip number 6 is to do some research. You don't have schoolwork getting in the way of other things. If you want to apply to dance college, maybe you've just done your GCSEs, so you know you've got a bit of time before you need to apply. Now would be a great time to start researching colleges. Please don't apply somewhere just because you've heard other people thinking about it. You need to apply to somewhere that is right for you. So it's a great time to do some research, have a look on their website, see what their alumni are doing, see what the place is like, have a look at the gallery. Some places have got like digital tours, maybe they've got some workshop dates coming up or open days. It's never too early to start researching where you might want to train. Also, it'd be a great time to maybe research some shows that you might want to see. Maybe there's been a show that you've been dying to see for ages. Have a look, see if it's going on tour. Is it going into the West End? How long is the run for? Or get on your computer, get onto Spotify, get onto iTunes, have a listen to the soundtrack. You always want to be expanding your knowledge, so have a listen to the music from the shows, research the storyline, have a look at what's coming up. Do some research. It's a great time to do it. And it's something you enjoy. It's not schoolwork. No one's asking you to do a project. You can just do what you like. I love, if you go on the website of any of the West End shows, you can find the cast list and you can see where they've trained. So that might help you as well if you're looking at where you might want to go in the future. Tip number 7 for over the summer is it might be a great time to learn a new hairstyle or teach yourself how to do something that you should already be able to do, like a bun or something. It's a good time to practice it. You've got plenty of time to sit around in front of the mirror. You can have a little practice. Every year I ask one of my students to teach me how to do a French plait because I can't do them. And I've looked at loads of tutorials and I can't do it. So I wish that when I was younger, in that summer holidays when I was bored, I'd sat down and taught myself how to do it. Yeah, teach yourself a new hairstyle. Maybe you could have your hair like that for dance. Maybe you'd want to do like twists into a bun or a French twist or something that would be useful for dance. Okay, tip number 8, and my last tip is the summer is a great time to harden up your feet. So look after your feet in the summer. There is nothing to stop you doing strengthening exercises for your feet every single day. Because you're not dancing the same, they're not going to get as tired. One thing I used to love doing in the summer is walking around bare feet as much as possible. Please wipe off your feet when you're coming from the garden to the house, just for your parents' sake. but I used to walk around bare feet pretty much all summer, and it would harden up my feet so much. It's great to harden up your feet for dance so that you're not prone to blisters, you're not as prone to skin breaking, and hardening up your feet. It's a great time to do it in the summer, to just walk around with no shoes on, like all the time, especially when it's hot. So guys, that's pretty much everything for now. I hope you found those tips useful, and I hope that it's going to help you combat your boredom whilst your friends are away, whilst doing something productive. That's the main thing for me, I think, is just trying to be productive if you're in that slump. Everyone enjoys having time off, and it's nice having nothing to do, but you can't just sit still all day because you'll just be bored stiff. Go outside, enjoy the weather. There's nothing to stop you just walking around your garden on your own. Just get yourself outside, enjoy your summer holidays, and feel like you've made the most of it. For me, my time in the summer is planning time, getting ahead for the new academic year. Obviously, we've got our summer training school coming up, just getting ourselves prepared for the year ahead. So I will also be looking at my dance goals over the summer. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you found it useful. Please comment, like, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the next one. I will see you next Saturday. Thanks, guys. Bye. Maybe research some Also, it'd be a great time to maybe research some oh my gosh, why can't I say this? Also, it would be a great time to maybe research some shows.